You know I had to do a remix, right? You know, people do fall in love mysterious ways. Especially when you are physically attracted. And this is just a warm-up, girl, I've been practicing. You don't know what's really going through my mind. I just know you see it in my eyes. You know I wanna strive. Ambition is getting to where it really needs to be. This is young, see, this is nothing with no ghostwriter. No, people don't understand, I don't need to hire. Yes, I'm not a boss. I'm just somebody from the south just trying to make my mount. And I got a lot of stress up on my shoulders. You don't understand it. A lot of people, they couldn't hold it. They couldn't really go through what I really gone through. But that's why I'm jumping up and down. Oh yes, you know me. Your earphone just popped right out of my ear. You don't understand it, girl. This is the man of the year. Times 10, times 3. You don't understand me. Lord Jesus has saved me to the end of, and I just know the victory is right around the corner, but I need to breathe. Our victory's around the corner, I just needed to breathe. My homie told me that, so I put it in the track. You don't understand, Ronnie will be right out very really soon. Shout out to baby, shout out to Lou, shout out to everybody trying to, yeah, make their name too. Hey, AKA, no, I ain't talking AK, I don't need that anyway. I got the word of the sword, you don't understand. This is Young C. And why do you think I still stand? I feel victorious soul, and I can tell you right now, I can put it in the dictionary, make my own word up, and you really don't understand my flow. But that's okay, cause it's a Young C's year though. Alright, coming to you live from Altamont Springs, Florida. This is Young Casper representing RFM Radio, the Young Casper Show. Thank you for joining. It is really chilly in Florida today. I don't know if you feel the same way. You might be from up north down here and enjoying it and being at the beach. It's definitely not me. But it is definitely just a little bit too much for me right now, but we're going to bear with it and maybe put on another pair of socks. But we have a great show today in store. We're going to be talking about endurance. We all need endurance, not just in sports, but in our jobs. And endurance is a necessity of gaining more, production. So we're going to be talking about that, as well as I like to vent in a lot of my shows in the beginning. Went to the Magic game last night. It was awesome. I mean, the energy there, we got really lucky and got row 9 on the seats. So we had perfect view of the game. It was definitely, down in that area, that's where a lot of people get really into it. Because, you can hear the ball bounce. That's how close you are. So, there's only been one other time that I've gotten seats like that. And that was a long time ago. So, it was fun. It was definitely fun. And I advise anyone that has never been to the Amway Arena, even if you're not a basketball fan, it is an amazing place to go to just eat. They also have concerts and different things that go on there. It's not just Orlando Magic, but that arena, it's just something about it. It's just something about it. You could see that, it was built to last, and as well, it's always a good time to go. Doesn't matter if you can bring your kids or you can just go like on a date, but it's just a really nice place. And I'm glad I went last night. I almost was not going to go because I was really tired from work. But, I decided to go anyway. And I'm glad I did. So, I hope that you are having a great weekend. I know that I am. And I'm excited for, we have a couple football games on today that are going to be pretty good. And get to see if the Dolphins can win 5 in a row. Which later on I will be on the Armchair Managers episode about sports later on. It'll be around probably 7 or so. They might even do it soon. I got to see. But I definitely want to talk more football. But we will get into that later on. But today we're talking endurance. Endurance. Let's see. Endurance. Where do you need endurance today? Where is an area in your life that you know you can improve? You know, me, for example, sometimes I'm lazy. I'll admit it. I'll admit it. But one thing that has kept me sharp is this radio show, as well as doing my music. Like I've been very consistent, and I'm very proud of myself for that, because there's times where I have fallen off, kind of, if you want to, so to speak. But to put it into perspective, it's like it's like riding a bike. It's not like you ride your bike all the time, but the more and more you ride that bike, the more and more it's easier for you to ride, and it's more comfortable. That's the same thing with music. That's the same thing with everything in life. If it's your business, and we have to stay on it and be understanded that there will be failures. But if we can keep our endurance at a pace, we can make things happen, and not only things happen, but get things done, because us human beings, we have to do things. We have to accomplish things. And I know this is all probably sounding, common sense, but common sense is not so common these days. And a lot of things I believe we all need to be refreshed on, instead of what the media freshes us on. I'm not freshes us on, but what they put in their own in their own perspective to deceive us, in a sense. Because there's nothing but, and on the radio, you can hear it too. It's all about money, 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 money. And that's what this world's all about. But we all need to eventually take a step back from that and understand that life is more than money. And downtown, I can tell you now that, yeah, it's a great time. But there's also a lot of people down there that are hurting. And it does touch my heart, because I do care about people. I care about the struggling people, because I've seen it all my life, and I've been the type of person that will go up to the people and actually talk to them and have a conversation. Because, we all need someone to talk to. It doesn't matter who you are, or how strong you think you are. We have to have connections with people. We have to have, a foundation built to last. Because, we're not here alone. We all got to get along, and that's something that I believe in my heart and soul, that is my message to you. Just try to be more kind. And I know it's not easy. In a world where we live, where it is you're completely surrounded by negativity, hate, war, violence, all kinds of different things. How can you be positive? Well, you have to turn away from it, and you have to turn away from the things that you love most, just for a little bit. God only wants 10% of your time, but really, He deserves all of it, or most of it. But He understands that we have our will, we have our life, we have our choices to make. God or Jesus doesn't make them for us, it's us. And it doesn't matter how much you believe. It's really your behavior. And that is something that I also want to share today. Not just talking about endurance. We will get into a couple Bible verses here soon. But I did miss the show Thursday. So I had to make it up today, and losing the train of thought a little bit, but that's okay. That's okay. That's what happens when you have long weeks. But it's going to be interesting to see what the future has in store for young C. We're definitely moving in the right direction with the ambition and the just staying focused on knowing that I can be something, and I'm not the only one that sees that. So that's a good thing. That's a really good thing, and so can you. You can be something if you put your mind to it, and you don't have to just and you don't just put your mind to it. You got to put your heart in it. Because I know there's a lot of people that don't necessarily like what I do. They don't like my music, and that's fine. You're going to have those types of people, but the ones that like your music and actually are inspired by it, those people are the ones that matter most. So that's just a little pep talk for you. We all need it. But getting back to, I lost my train of thought, but I'm coming back. But the people are struggling downtown. There's a lot of homeless people. There's a lot of people that are really struggling, and like I stated, I've been the type of person that would talk to these people, and they kind of like magnetized to me, because it's just, I'm a friendly person. I don't necessarily look at you and judge you by what you're wearing. I look at your behavior. I look at your attitude. If it's positive, like this is a thing that people need to understand, and why it has also been said you need to be around more positive people if you want to have a positive life, because we are very, what's the word? It's like, I gotta pinpoint it. We tend to learn each other's tendencies. We learn to, if we see someone with a certain type of, not just slang when they talk, but certain words or this and that, we kind of copy each other. Believe it or not, we are that type of species that does that. We just kind of just take a little bit of this, what we got here, from here and here, and you can't say you haven't done it. So, but getting back to the point, these people downtown, I even saw one guy in a wheelchair, and he was really, really hurt, and basically there was a few that I had to walk past without giving them money. But it was a big crowded, but I saw the one that I'm speaking about in the wheelchair, and I gave him some change, but it wasn't a lot. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna sit here and say I gave him $20 or something. But he was very thankful. He said, "Thank you. Have a blessed night." He said, "You're gonna have a good night, man. Thank you." So it's like, I don't know. It's definitely something that moves me a little bit. And there was also another one that there was a couple, and maybe they aren't homeless. You never know. You never know people's motive. Maybe that's just their hustle. But at the end of the day, they look genuine, but you never know. But I ended up giving this guy $2, and he was like, I won't take up much of your time, but I want to tell you a joke. And I don't remember the joke because it got sidetracked, and he didn't even end up telling it. But I gave him $2 anyway. And yeah, there's a lot going on around us that we don't necessarily pay attention to, and that's okay. But there's just a lot to talk about. And I'm going to go ahead and take my first break, and then we're going to hop into a couple of verses and listen to this freestyle, actually. Yeah.